Morning, everyone. Welcome to the Daily Drop-In Morning Show with the Teach Better team, where we are live every single morning, Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Eastern. Today is the start of a very special Monday that we will be having for the next few weeks, all the way through May. We have a massive celebration that we are so excited to bring to you related to the Teach Better Conference. We also have, of course, our holidays, our good news stories, and we will give you a preview of upcoming this week, which has an incredible theme we cannot wait to dive into. If you are just getting started for your morning, please go fill up your coffee. The excitement, the green hearts will be flowing today as we get started. So we'll be right back. Make sure you take a deep breath in and get ready for an epic morning. Morning, everyone. It is Monday, January 31st. We have been waiting for this day for so long because this is when we start some epic announcements for the Teach Better team. But before we get into that, we want to wish you a wonderful Monday. And of course, the one and only Jeff Gargis is here with us. Jeff, how are you doing?
I'm good. Happy Monday. It's exciting. And then watching some of the clips on that video of the 2019 conference gets me all excited about the stuff we're going to get to share today.
I know. I cannot wait. Guys, I know we've been able to announce elements of the Teach Better conference. We always love when we're able to give you more information, more details. We've been doing a lot behind the scenes. So we are going to get to that later on in the show. Please make sure you share this thread so your friends don't miss it. Even if you are watching over on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Twitter, or on Twitch. I just went out of order, Jeff. I know that was so confusing.
Listen, you're the one who's going to have to yell at yourself. So
I know. But I did just want to emphasize, I was going to go into, if you're watching on our Facebook page or in our Facebook group or on LinkedIn page. I mean, literally, we're streaming so many places right now. So regardless of where you're listening, we're thrilled that you're here. And we're so excited for you to be a part of the big morning announcements. Before we get into any of that, Jeff, I love starting our Mondays with a recap of your weekend because we haven't really chatted too much. We did a little bit of work back and forth yesterday, just via texting. So
yeah.
How was your weekend?
You and a few others were doing work yesterday, so I had to pay attention to stuff.
I'm sorry. I did notice that. I hate that when I'm working.
Super angry.
But I don't like when I'm working, it notifies you. It's like you're my
To be fair, I could turn that off.
I know. But we don't.
But no, it was good. I had a good weekend. Traveled with Chad on Friday. We spent Saturday in the Columbus, Ohio region working with 50 teachers from around the Columbus area, which was awesome because these were teachers who got up on a Saturday morning when it was 0 feels like -11 to go to a 7-hour workshop that they were not being paid to go to. It wasn't like a paid day off or anything like that. And they put into work. I think every single one of them walked out with at least the completed grid, which is in a one-day workshop is tough to do. So that was fun. So that was my Saturday. So a whole lot of Chad Ostrowski time Saturday. Got home Saturday even. And then
can I just say, yeah. I'm sorry to interrupt you. A Saturday of Chad Ostrowski, in his element doing a grid method workshop, that is kind of the best of the best right there. That is a big Saturday to have. I'm a little envious of that because he is magic.
I thought you were going to go another way there, but I'm Ray's probably just young enough to not remember the awesomeness that was Saturday morning cartoons. And be a whole day watching Chad in his element there was almost as cool as watching Saturday morning cartoons.
See, there you go.
It seems like that was supposed to be a compliment.
It's a compliment.
No, it was good. It was really great. This was with SECA, which is Science Educators Council of Ohio. So it's the Ohio chapter of NSTA, right? Yeah. And so SECA's been a supporter of Teach Better and very specifically the grid method for years. So these were some of these teachers for people who've been connected to us and running grids for 3, 4, 5 years, and they just wanted a refresher, or they brought team members. So it was a fun day. So, and then I came home, played 4 hours of Fortnite with my kids, so that was a good time.
Good.
We were on a win streak like crazy in trios. We had a good time with that. They stayed up. They're like, "Dad, we're gonna stay up late tonight." I'm like, "Dad's enjoying Fortnite. We're staying up late tonight." Yeah,
Well, it was Saturday, no school tomorrow. I mean,
yeah, exactly. That's how they do it. They're like, "Hey, Dad, what day is today?" I'm like, "Saturday." So tomorrow's Sunday. I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "We have school tomorrow?" No, it's Sunday. I said, "So we can stay up late." Mom let us stay up late last night. We stayed up till like 11:30. I'm like, "Well, we're staying up past that tonight." No, it was good. It was a fun weekend, and then good football. 2 good games last night or yesterday.
Can we talk about the games, please?
Sure.
Okay, because I have been thinking about you like since 3 o'clock yesterday, and I didn't bother you because I didn't, I knew that we were going to be live together. So I have multiple questions about the games that happened yesterday.
Okay.
But obviously, no spoiler alerts here. But if you didn't watch it, you should probably like not listen for a second. But obviously, my team won, so that's awesome.
Who's your team?
Well, hold on, we'll get into that. Thank you very much. Because I claimed a team a few weeks ago, and they are going to the Super Bowl. And you know what?
I can't remember. Oh, you claimed the Rams, didn't you?
I did. I claimed the Rams. But
Mhm.
tell me about: are you happy about the other team or not?
About the Bengals? Yeah, it's
You're Ohio guy, but it's like not.
yeah. You go back and forth because the Bengals are a rival, obviously, of the Browns, but it's an Ohio team, so you like seeing Ohio team go. They're in our division, so it's like cool to see the division go. We actually beat them twice this year, both times this year too. So like, if they win, it's makes us even more angry as Browns fans. We're like, you guys were able to beat the Super Bowl champs twice, and you still couldn't. But yeah, so it's cool. And I have a lot of family down in the Cincinnati area, so like that roots for it and stuff, and it'd be kind of cool to see Ohio team win. And honestly, I don't not like the Chiefs.
No, but you should go for the
Rams. I don't love the Chiefs either.
You should go for the Rams.
I have like zero, like the Rams, like it is. So I really don't care. I honestly I hope it's another really good game next week.
I'm sorry,
or not next week, but
you have a best friend that is a Rams fan. Therefore, you should.
Why are you a Rams fan? Just because you picked them?
I'm the biggest Rams fan that exists. Jeffrey Raymond Gargis. I have been a Rams fan for 3 weeks. I have watched all games, and I know 0 players, but I have rooted for that blue ugly jersey for 3 weeks strong.
Adam just hit it, so OBJ's over on the Rams. It's kind of like, but I'm glad to see he's doing well over the Rams. But he didn't leave the Browns on best terms. So
you know what, guys? I'm just saying I am learning more about football, and I just feel like I'm just saying. Oh, and yeah, Brianna's calling me out that I middle named you. It's always great that
she middle names me all the time.
I love when people realize that your middle name is my name. We're so good together, Jeff. We're like 2 peas in a pod.
To be clear, my middle name is not your name.
It is. It is.
The shortened version of my middle name is your made up name. Because my middle name is Raymond.
And my name is Rae. And so
your name is Rachel.
We are like 2 peas in a pod here, Jeffrey Raymond Gargis.
All right, I will root for the Rams next week.
Really?
No, I don't care who wins.
Come on.
I'm like the I saw a video of she was joking. She's actually she does a lot of content on sports, but she jokes because of course guys are always in her comments talking how girls don't know sports, and she's actually brilliant. And she did a video the other day. She was at the game and she's like, I just hope they both have fun. I'm like, that's me during the Super Bowl. I'm like, I just hope we have every game all 4 games last week, or almost all 4 games all 3 out of 4 last week. Both yesterday, 3-point differences. So close games. The Bengals came back. That was fun.
Did you see the Rams come back? That was the most epic ending. And I didn't even know that you could do that thing with the knee. And I learned it yesterday. I am such a fan. I am learning so much.
This is great. It's great to see you. It's great to see you learning and growing.
And now that I know, I'm kind of bummed though, because now obviously the season's coming to a close, and I feel very invested in football right now. I mean, what's the next thing? We're going to have to watch the MLS soccer, or English Premier League is going to go through May. I guess we could follow that.
We get college hoops going.
Oh, basketball!
So you can get into March Madness and stuff.
I know nothing about, like,
Well,
literally, I don't even know a rule in basketball.
I'm
So
pretty sure 3 weeks ago you didn't know the Rams existed. So like you can get into just pick a team in basketball and go. Wait until like the Elite Eight and then pick a team from them and follow them for 3 games.
When does that come out?
March Madness?
So like March time.
Somewhere around March, yeah.
Okay. And then does anybody
they're playing right now. Like you can watch them.
Does anybody have a team recommendation for me that I should like keep my eye out for? Because the Rams was fate is what it was.
So drop in the comments. Who should Rae pick up in college basketball? And think about it. Like she's an LA Rams fan. So like what team in college is kind of like the Rams?
You mean awesome? Do you mean just like awesome around?
Yeah. There's also NBA basketball going on. So you could, are you a Bulls fan?
I just was trying to not go basketball because it was an example of another sport that I know only the fact that they have an orange ball. Like I know nothing else about basketball. I know they shoot into a hoop. I know there's an orange thing you dribble. And I know that there's a ton of really attractive tall men. That's all I got.
That's a good way of doing it. Those are the key factors of what it is. I mean, those are the foundations of basketball. Like everything else is just rules that made up.
All right, we are going to get into our big announcement. Thank you for the recommendations. I'm excited to see those come in. Jeff, we get to do this every other Monday. So starting this Monday, every other Monday for 14 weeks, we have an announcement for our Teach Better community related to the Teach Better conference. So we are going to be right back to get into all the details, answer all the questions, and maybe have some spoilers. Jeff, should you wait with your question? Or
no, does that mean, do I get to take every other Monday off then?
Because you have to.
No, we're still going to do this, just not announce. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. You can play.
I want to clarify because this is confusing to you, and I need you as a co-host every Monday. You still have to be here, but epic announcements are every other Monday, meaning this week, today, is a big deal. Are you ready?
I think I'm ready.
All right, we'll be right back.
So right now, I want to know if you're ready to teach better.
That's the whole mission of this weekend.
Just being here ready to learn and grow and come together like this is awesome.
What are those small changes that can make you better tomorrow than you were today?
All the amazing speakers we have here, wow.
So we have a ton of people here who are published authors, who are writing about education.
Let's get out there and teach better.
Hey friends, welcome back to the Daily Drop-In Morning Show with the Teach Better team, where we are live every single morning, Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Eastern. We have a very, very special Teach Better conference segment that we are going to be doing every other Monday to celebrate some big announcements, some spoilers, and some news here on the Teach Better team. So Jeff, we've been planning this since about the first week of October, and now it is finally here. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I feel like we've been planning this specifically. Yeah.
This specifically, like today's announcement.
It's been a while. That was a while ago.
It was.
Yeah, so I'm excited. It's been just like boiling up, and everyone on the team like waiting for the excitement of finally being able to say like, I've known this, and now you know, and that's excited, and we can high five. And then it's gonna we're gonna wait 2 weeks to do it again, and it's gonna be awesome.
So here's how this is going to go, friends. We're going to give you an announcement. We're also playing a little bit of a game. So we'd love you to all get involved. This is going to be kind of a fun thing that we're doing here. First and foremost, as many of you know, and as I hope you know listening in this morning, the Teach Better conference date has been announced. It will be in Akron, Ohio on October 14th and 15th of 2022. We are so excited to bring all of the Teach Better community together, or at least as many as humanly possible. It will be an incredible conference, and we are so excited to have you all be there, not only for the conference day event, which is, again, the 14th, which is a Friday, and the 15th, which is a Saturday, but also incredible networking events. We'll have a networking event the Thursday before, the Friday of, and the Saturday of, and it will just be a ton of opportunity for you to be social with your community. In addition to that, we are on a hunt for our speakers. Proposals will be opening for you to speak at the conference on March 1st. Conference submissions, proposals will be open March 1st all the way through the end of April. It ends on a Saturday night. So it will be open for 2 whole months. You can submit as many sessions as you want. There's all different session types. And we have a lot of ways that we have not only started getting you ready for that, but we'll continue to get you ready for that. That will be a really good experience. The big announcements that we have now, though, are related to our announcing an element of our lineup. The Teach Better team has selected over 12 speakers that we are confirming have already committed to sharing their passion and their message at the Teach Better conference. And so every other week, we are going to share more and more faces with you, including our 2 keynotes. So we are going to get started with that today. And Jeff, this was not an easy decision because we wanted to do a few different things. We not only wanted to feature incredible educators that are doing such important work in our communities, but also bring some new faces to the conference. So you're going to see a mix of faces that maybe you're unfamiliar with and you're excited to learn from, and some familiar faces that are saying, hey, friends, I'm committing to being there. Are you? I'm so excited. In addition,
did we do this yet? Okay, I'm sorry. You still do. I'm getting too excited, right? It's like here, like I want to say it, and I'm okay.
Here we are. We're about to do it. But Jeff, also in addition to that, we have a little bit of a graphic that has the silhouettes of our speakers that we're going to look at next. And I will tell you, Jeff, these are legitimately the silhouettes of the speaker. So if you can make a connection, you might see an outline of somebody and know beforehand before we announce
it. The picture I see down there has someone that doesn't have a silhouette. It actually has one of the people on there.
I know. We're going to get into this announcement. Are you ready for the first 2 speakers that have committed to being at the Teach Better Conference 2022?
Nope. Not ready. Nope.
I
think I need some green hearts.
These are 2 incredible educators. I am geeking out that they've committed. I'm so excited to celebrate them for the next 2 weeks. Talk about their expertise, their passion. They're going to bring so much stinking energy. I think that I'm nervous about the energy.
So, and maybe you already said this and I was paying too much attention to the graphic, not you, but like, that's the cool part is like, we're announcing today, but for the next 14 days, we're celebrating these
14. Well, yeah, for the next 14 days,
next 2 days,
we're celebrating them.
Yes.
And then we'll have another announcement.
And I'm going to celebrate them for 2. It's like, that's what's so cool about the way we lay this out is that we get the announcement, but then we get to like celebrate them for.
And what I like is that the graphic we're going to show you here in a minute will slowly start like filling out. We'll slowly start showing more and more faces. So at the end, literally, it won't happen until the first week of May. But the first week of May, this graphic will be all filled out, and you'll be able to see all 12 plus faces on this image. And then we'll start announcing all of you as speakers as well. Because remember, proposals are going to be opening March 1st. This is not like our lineup for the conference. This is just to give you a taste of who might be there.
Yes. Oh, okay. Let's do it. I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right. Big announcement, friends. Here are the first 2 speakers that have committed to being a part of the Teach Better Conference. 2 featured speakers that we are so excited to join us on October 14th and 15th. Here we go, friends.
I hadn't seen that yet. I like that. That was awesome. Look at that. Whoa, Dave Schmidt's coming?
Yeah, so it's funny. In this image, we've hidden a few of our Teach Better team members, and I think the only silhouette that somebody has guessed so far is Dave Schmidt, so we decided to release him as well. We are so excited. We have Jed Derryberry and Alexis Shepard joining us at the Teach Better Conference, officially our first 2 speakers. Oh my gosh, I'm so stoked.
I'm excited. Both of these 2 are just dynamic. Like they bring just so much value, experience, just knowledge, but also they're just like the personalities are just, I'm so pumped to see Alexis on stage and then to just hang out with her and with Jed. Like fun story. Jed is actually an old friend of my older brother's that like we didn't know until I got into this world. It was really cool. So like this is super cool.
Yeah, for those of you who may not know these speakers, some of them have been a part of Daily Drop-In. Some of them have been a part of other Teach Better professional development or events. But if you want to learn more about them specifically, especially as they are related to the Teach Better conference, they will be live with us next week. So I hope you guys choose to join us on the 7th of February. We are going to be live with Alexis Shepard at 7 p.m. Eastern. So in the evening, we're so excited to have her live on screen, be able to share her passion she'll give us a little preview about what she thinks she's going to talk about at the conference. Obviously, you can go follow her over on social media, continue to soak up all the goodness. She actually was just, I was following her on Instagram this weekend, and she was at an art museum kind of sharing her excitement. So there's a lot going on with Alexis. And then also on Daily Drop-In, bright and early on the 8th, Jed Derryberry will be joining you live, Jeff, and you guys will be able to preview the conference discussion as well.
Nice. What's the next week, Dave?
It's the 8th, yeah, next week. So
nice.
You'll be able to see this setup where we're going to be able to announce some speakers every other Monday, and then the following week, as we continue to celebrate them, most of them have scheduled a live opportunity to come and share their voice and excitement and celebrate the Teach Better team.
All right. Is anybody else, show of hands or green hearts in the comments, is anybody else trying to figure out who the silhouettes are? Like I think I know a couple of them, I'm cheating because I know the people, but like I don't necessarily know the silhouettes, and I'm like I think I know that one.
I do want to talk about. Okay, everybody. I got 3 or 4 direct messages about this graphic that Dave Schmidt's silhouette was like easy to spot, bottom corner. Honestly, he was the first. We had to announce him first because otherwise it was too easy, right? Like everyone knew Dave's. But I will say the one that I think has been confusing so many people is literally like right above from Dave. It's got a curl outside of the hair.
Yeah.
So that's one that I have not seen any guesses for yet.
I think I know who it is.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be epic. It's going to be so
I don't know who's next to Dave.
Next to Dave. Yep. That's a tricky one to guess. I will tell you that's a speaker that everybody on this network is familiar with. I would put $100 down.
We got in the very top there's a curl too coming out. Like who's that?
Mm-hmm.
I should know this and I don't.
Yeah. So we're so excited every other week to release a new image, a new face, a new celebration. Obviously, we'll have lives with these people as well, so you get to learn from them. These are educators that are just the beginning lineup. So we're calling them featured speakers. We also have 2 keynotes that are hidden in this image. So our 2 keynotes will be released within the next few weeks as well. And then you will too hopefully be on this graphic after you get accepted for your proposal. These are just the beginning pieces. I know a lot of people, Jeff, are going to be asking, oh no, did proposals already go out? And the answer is no. You get to be and have your face on this image as a speaker at the Teach Better Conference, a featured speaker at the Teach Better Conference. You just need to submit your proposal March 1st, and we are really excited about that.
We're going to need a lot bigger graphic.
Yeah, we are. Yes, we are.
Or smaller.
Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, so for those of you who may not be familiar with all the details of the Teach Better Conference, obviously you can head to teachbetterconference.com. You'll be able to also there connect with Jed and Alexis. We are so excited to have them be our first 2 incredible educators that we are featuring. They are very, very passionate about a lot of things. But Jeff, if you remember, Jed's appearance on Daily Drop-In was, maybe back in November, was the funniest Daily Drop-In. If you guys have not seen Jed on Daily Drop-In, he was pulling books out of like the sky. I mean, this guy was so dynamic. He is an early education educator who now teaches at a college level. And he is just an incredible, phenomenal educator. So if you guys are not familiar with these 2 speakers, it's time to go connect before they join us live next week.
Jed was actually South Carolina Teacher of the Year a few years back, too. Like just dynamic guy. Great author, too.
Yes.
A couple books now.
And as you know, Alexis Shepard, like I'm going to be live with her on Monday, and I already messaged her and was like, I'm so nervous to interview you. I think she's the coolest.
Rae's a super fan.
Oh my God. I've been a super fan forever, though. The fact that she is on this lineup like geeks me out for the conference. If I wasn't excited enough, I don't know if you know this, but Alexis Shepard's going to be there.
That's how I feel about Dave being on there.
Dave will also be there. Yeah.
I feel.
That's the tricky part, Jeff, is that Dave's on this graphic. So we've hidden some Teach Better silhouettes in here just to throw off people's guesses, but we didn't necessarily tell people which members of the Teach Better team are hidden on this graphic. So for those of you who are looking to maybe do some mystery hunting, you might be able to see the Teach Better headshots over at teachbetter.com. If you want to learn about the team, you can go compare. But we're not telling you who else is on this graphic. In addition to then the lineup is just going to be epic.
And I don't want to give away on people. I want to help people not guess the wrong one, but I want to make sure you guys remember, like, Rae did not invite Chad and I to the conference, so we are not on there. Like, that's not not a thing. So
I think
you can cancel those out for sure.
You're coming to the conference, aren't you, Jeff? You're invited.
No. I figure Katie has it all figured out, and I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch for live streams.
Yeah, shout out to Katie Miglin, who is truly not only in the midst of organizing 12-Hour Live, which that agenda comes out next week for those of you who have been eager to see that lineup, but also she has been working her tail off organizing this conference. She is busy. Woo! Crazy. All right, we're going to head into our next segment here where we get to highlight our good news. If this was not enough good news for you, we're going to keep it coming. Shout out to our incredible lineup that is going to be a part of the Teach Better Conference. And don't forget to tune in every other Monday to hear more announcements. And obviously, mark your calendars for next week so you can hear Alexis and Jed share their stories, share their passions, learn a bit more about them. And then don't forget, I know this is silly to say, Jeff, because we already know this, but they're not just speaking at the conference. These are people that have committed to being a part of networking. They've committed to being a part of making sure that we are all a family and discussing. So you're not just going to be able to see them up on stage, killing it and rocking out, but we're going to be able to do book signings with them. We're going to be able to cheers an adult beverage in the evening with them. We're going to be able to take selfies all together. I'm so excited to actually be social and, hang out with our friends.
Favorite part.
It is the best part. I'm so excited. All right, we'll be right back here. Morning, everyone. Thank you for being a part of our big announcement this morning for the Teach Better Conference. If you missed it, feel free to head back a little bit after this live video and make sure you go connect with Jed and Alexis, incredible educators that are officially a part of our featured speakers, not the keynotes for the event that will be announced soon, but featured speakers for the Teach Better Conference. Jeff, how are you feeling so far on this Monday?
Well, I was going to try and play it off like, did we just announce something? But then you recapped it. So my silly face didn't work, but I'm excited. You just touched on right before we kind of transition, not to bring us back, but it's the hanging out and the networking, the family, that's fun.
Well, that's the fun.
I'm getting a selfie with Jed.
Well, honestly, that's the fun part for us too. We love learning, right? I'm all about popping in a session. I'm all about being inspired about a keynote, sign me up. But friends, let's be honest, conferences are only as good as the people that are there. And it's not only hearing and learning from those people, but it's hugging and high-fiving and getting photos with those people because we've all been friends virtually for years and years. And now it's time to bring the family together. And I'm so thrilled that these educators that are not only influencing the impact of education on a global scale, but they're also just family. They're going to kick back and be able to hang tight with us. It'll be fun.
Talk about good news.
Oh, I know. In addition to it being Monday featured speaker celebration day, which is what I've declared today.
That sounds like a good day.
Yep. There's also some other holidays, some weird holidays, Jeff. Tell me a little bit about how you feel about hot chocolate.
Ooh, I like hot chocolate.
Yeah. Well, today is National Hot Chocolate Day.
Oh, that's good. We have a whole box that we got for Christmas that are the hot chocolate, the hot cocoa balls. Yeah. Apparently, you put those in a mug and they turn into hot chocolate. So maybe I'll do one of those today to celebrate. I will let you know. I'll keep you updated.
It's also Eat Brussels Sprouts Day, which I do like Brussels sprouts, but literally this weekend I purchased an air fryer. And for those of you who know me, relatively well, you know that me in the kitchen is a joke. So I'm going to try and cook in an air fryer. I think you can put Brussels sprouts in an air fryer.
Probably, I would imagine.
You say that, but I also too am just as confused. So I don't know, but I think you can.
You could certainly bread them and then fry them.
There's a lot of options. I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. It's also for those of you who are really excited to tackle this Monday. It's a World Gorilla Suit Day. So if you're walking around your hallways at school and you see a gorilla suit.
Gorilla Suit Day.
Yeah, the suit, to wear a gorilla costume day. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's Grammy Awards Day for those of you that are getting ready for that musical entertainment. Of course, we always love hanging out with people that are celebrating with the Grammys. Whew, that's exciting. And then it's also Inspire Your Heart with Art Day.
Ooh, so I like that. A little rhyme.
Feeling a little arty? Yeah.
Yeah, a little art, a little arty, a little artsy.
A little artsy?
A little arty.
And
Yeah.
last but not least, I know this will be a big, big deal. Some of us only get to celebrate this when we are moving our homes to different locations, but we can all celebrate today, even if we're not in the midst of packing anything up. It is World Bubble Wrap Appreciation Day.
Really?
It is.
Bubble wrap appreciation.
Absolutely.
So, all right. So that's an interesting question that I'd love to see some answers on. We all know we all appreciate bubble wrap. It has many purposes, but which purpose of bubble wrap do you appreciate most? Protecting the things when you're moving or popping them?
Popping it.
Yeah, you pop it like this?
Of course.
Because in my family, we pop it by jumping on it, like so that it explodes.
No, you
or
don't.
if you're heavy enough, you roll on it and it just like you roll it out and then do.
I like just popping it and like making it like slowly move up as you go, like pop, 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 pop. Yep.
Yeah. Oh man, the kids are funny because Jacqueline's still right at the range where like sometimes when she jumps, she's not heavy enough, so she's just like yelling at it, trying to pop it. Bubble wrap. That's good stuff.
Maybe
okay, good holiday. Good up.
You know,
holidays today.
I've seen bubble wrap that's like green instead of clear.
Mm-hmm.
We should get green bubble wrap, and that should be a thing that we do at the Teach Better conference.
Oh, everyone gets a piece, so if they want to pop it,
we can all pop it. It's kind of like clapping or snapping.
I was gonna say I was just thinking like, so instead of clapping, we use bubble wrap instead.
That would be so obnoxious.
It's easier on your hands, like
Oh, because they'll be clapping so much that weekend, celebrating everyone around them, that this will be like a gift to like give their hands a rest.
Hear me out. Bubble wrap gloves so that when you clap, it pops the bubble wrap.
I think this is a really, really good
idea.
You're
welcome, world. Today's a new holiday.
I love this.
Bubble wrap glove day.
I see in the comments by Erin. Good morning, Erin. Hey, by the way, Erin is I don't know if she's a new face of the Teach Better team. We do love Erin as a new like family member in our community, as a new member of our network. She does have a book coming out here in just a few weeks. So shout out to Erin, who's doing great work in education, but she is mentioning that there is a lot of things that you can do in the classroom related to bubble wrap, which is totally true. So if you want to celebrate and you have some bubble wrap laying around, Google some fun sight word activities or different activities you can do with bubble wrap.
And just below that, Bree is sharing the link so you can go buy the green bubble wrap. So it's all good. Bree's probably already figured out the bubble wrap gloves for us.
Bree just like understands me at a deep level that I just always appreciate. Like,
you just get me.
Brianne, you just get me. And I just appreciate you. Brianne is actually an active participant in the experience that we're going to be providing to our Teach Better community at the Teach Better conference. So Brianne, shout out, girl. Save that link. So fun. In addition, Jeff, there was a lot of good news stories. I was actually like overwhelmed by the number of different directions we could go.
Okay.
It is Monday, and as many of you know, good news happens every single day. So now that we haven't had the show for the weekend, there's truly like 6 or 7 different articles that just jumped out at me that I was so excited to share with all of you. I will say, though, this article is from last week, and I feel like it was so important to mention that we'll get into some other great news throughout the week. There's a lot to be able to celebrate. But this one was one that I thought was not only good for us to know just as adults in this incredible world, but also it could be a good discussion for our students, depending on what spin we want to put on it. So for those of you who may not have seen this, or for those of you that this may affect, for those billionaire Mark Cuban, you know who Mark Cuban is? Perfect. He just opened an online pharmacy to provide affordable drugs to people around the world. And it's a really long article that goes into how he's doing this and why he's doing this. But more importantly, the mission is that he's arguing in his mission to do this, that, drugs to keep people healthy are far too expensive. Medicines that are essential for people's lives are too expensive. And he's trying to combat that narrative and provide them at an affordable cost. Whether there's some political element here, we're not even going to get into, but for those of you that are on medications that are continuously burning a hole in your wallet, this might be a good opportunity for us to celebrate that somebody is coming forward and trying to change a massive problem in America that we see people experiencing every single day.
Is it launched? Is it live, or is it something he's working on that's coming?
So he has been working on it. It is officially launched now. This is a new venture. It's an online pharmacy that is focusing on cost. So for those of you that
you have the website, or
there's a lot of places to look it up. I personally am on just a good news site. I would recommend Googling Mark Cuban new pharmacy. There's going to be a lot out there. I've seen endless articles about this. And again, I am not aware of all the pros and cons and how it can be used. But in my mind, it is a great example of somebody tackling a problem that many people would look at as too big to solve. And I love that spin, because with our students, there are a lot of problems out there that we like, well, we can't have an impact, it's too big. And he's really trying to chase after it.
It's called costplusdrugs.com.
There you go.
Yeah. Cool. And I'm looking at some of the ones there, like they're a lot cheaper than they normally are.
Yes.
So that's interesting.
So definitely go check that out. Again, I'm sure there are pros and cons to every single new venture that happens in the world, but always exciting to see somebody trying to be a part of the solution to things being more affordable for us.
Kind of looping back to the earlier conversation, he owns one of those teams that does the orange ball thing.
I know, in Dallas, right?
Yeah.
See?
He's also a shark on Shark Tank.
I'm obsessed with Shark Tank. I don't know if we've talked about this enough.
I don't think we have. You're obsessed with Shark Tank?
I love it's like my favorite show in existence.
Yeah. Wow.
But you should know that I only understand half of the things they talk about because I don't know business. So they're like, I want 5% of your 30 billion, whatever. And I'm like, you go, girl. I don't know what that means, but keep it up.
Good news story of today in Jeff's world is his business partner doesn't understand business. Wait.
You know what? I'm all about hanging out with 11-year-olds. And let me tell you, middle school is my jam. You know, I'm learning.
So when I watch that game, when I watch Shark Tank, I think I yell. My kids laugh because I think I yell more than I do at the Browns game. Because I'm like, why won't you just take the deal? Or other way around. Or you're, yelling at them because they don't have their numbers figured out. Or
I love seeing the creativity. We used to do a Shark Tank unit in our writing units with students. And I love that people are coming out with crazy inventions and ideas that are trying to change the way we do daily life. I love that stuff. Love it.
Yeah, and the cool thing about a show like that is that obviously there's they spice up the drama and all that stuff like that, but like a lot of those companies that don't get a deal, the exposure changes their business forever. Okay. Sometimes good or bad, but
very
cool.
So, Jeff, the other thing we need to do today before we leave is not only give a shout out to everybody who's here with us live, of course, keep the comments flowing. We see it. There's a lot of air fryer jokes going on right now, a lot of good discussion, but we do want to get into previewing what's coming up this week because there is a lot in store for us to discuss and continue to celebrate. So we'll be right back. Hey friends, thanks for tuning in live to Daily Drop-In. We are so excited to wrap our conversation up. And of course, if you are popping in just at the tail end here, we do want to remind you to head back a few segments because we made a huge announcement for the Teach Better Conference. Jeff, I'm so excited to celebrate Jed Derryberry and Alexa Shepard for the next 2 weeks and on as we celebrate that they are officially part of their Teach Better Conference speaking lineup. I
was going to say we shouldn't have mentioned them, so they had to go back and watch to get them.
I mean,
that's not actually what it was. It was a bigger announcement about
a bigger announcement than that Jed and Alexis are going to be.
It was Ted and Alex that we announced, so don't miss them in the earlier segments of the show.
It's going to be so good. I cannot believe I've never met them in person. We are all just virtual friends.
Me neither. Yeah.
It's going to be great. I also, and I know we already talked about this, but like, I just want to expose more of these silhouettes. I cannot wait to get the guesses. I already actually have some direct messages over on Facebook. I'm assuming those of you that are watching right now are direct messaging on Facebook. I want to hear people's guesses.
I got a DM on Twitter about one of them too. Yeah, they guessed which one was which.
I think I'm like kind of willing to confirm. If people are willing to guess, I might be willing to like give a thumbs up emoji if they're right. I'm just saying.
Someone guessed the top left.
Top left. Oh, I don't know. It's a tricky one. I don't know. We'll see.
Just saying.
What are we doing right now? Oh, upcoming this week.
Upcoming this week. Jeff needs to know who's on Daily Drop-In this week because I haven't looked.
Oh, well, this week actually.
Oh, in our theme. What's our new theme too?
So the theme is really good. For those of you that have been watching the show for the last few weeks, January and February seems to be a few months that like the energy is maybe a little low. We just came off the holidays. Many educators that are teaching across the globe don't necessarily have a big break coming up until spring break, which is a few months out. And we want to take this time to build up your energy and refocus on those fundamentals. This week is all about fundamentals. We are going to refresh our parent communication. So we're going to be evaluating how we're communicating with parents, what our plan was back in August, how we're keeping that consistent, or like many of us, I'm out there with you, like we've kind of fallen by the wayside in some of our practices. So let's refresh, let's get back on track, and let's talk about how to make parent communication sustainable so it's not just one more thing on your to-do list.
That's going to be a fun one because that's so crucial, even more so in the last couple of years here. So that's awesome. Okay. As a parent with 2 kids in school, good communication is like priceless.
Well,
Regardless of what it's about, just knowing what's going on and knowing you're going to be aware of what's going on is just huge. It's huge.
Well, and there's a lot of strategies that make parent communication more successful than other strategies. So we want to make sure we highlight those. The sustainability of parent communication needs to be a huge conversation because educators don't have a lot of free time. They don't have any free time. Their to-do list is so long. And if parent communication is just going to be on that list week to week, it's probably not going to happen. So when we can put in systems and routines, so not only parents can know what to expect from the teacher, that also is going to help with the teachers being able to facilitate that communication and not only when to expect it, but what type of communication will they be receiving and how can we streamline that? So we have a lot of ideas and a lot of lenses we're going to be looking through. There's a lot of different types of parent communication, and our guests are going to help us really hone in on the types of things that we should be sharing.
So who do we have coming on this week?
So Jessica Reed is tomorrow.
Jess is on tomorrow.
Yes. You've been familiar with Jess for a long time. She works with you in a few different capacities. So
yeah, she's fantastic. She's she's in the Edupreneur Mastermind that I get to hang out with, and so I've gotten to spend and get to know her and a lot more over the last 6 months or so. She's just a dynamic, passionate educator.
She is also not only an incredible educator, but she's in special education. So she works with a number of different lenses in the classroom. I know she co-teaches, she just facilitates her own classroom. She's in a southern state as well. So you guys know I tell her all the time, I love her accent. Jessica's got an incredible southern accent. I love it. I think she'll be able to bring a lot to the conversation. And obviously her perspective, being a special education teacher, she's not only working with the general education students, but she is responsible for communication on a very specific level with students that are on her caseload, which again, gives a whole new perspective. So I'm excited to hear what strategy she usually lends into and how they may be adapted to be able to work for a general education setting as well.
And Jess is so passionate about that crossover and the cooperation, the connection between the gen ed and special ed and how we can all work together. That's awesome. So that's cool. Okay, so that's tomorrow.
We then
on Wednesday.
Julia Hansen joining us. For those of you who have not followed Julie Hansen, she is an educator that I think I've been connected with almost my entire career. I don't know how I bumped into her, but I will tell you, I don't think I've ever interviewed her. And so for me, I don't think she's been a part of the Teach Better community, although I know I've seen her on social media advocating for administration and teachers. So I'm so excited for her to bring a lens as a strong educator. She's been in this field for obviously a long time, impacting education as a whole. I can't wait to hear her thoughts.
Yeah, that's exciting.
And then obviously on Thursday, we have a one and only Holly Stewart joining us.
Holly's coming on. Wow. Okay.
She is an 8th grade science teacher, and I know that she has a lot to share on all things education.
She's a long-time friend.
And I really like that we have all these different dynamics talking about parent communication, because between special education, a leadership lens, a general education classroom teacher, and obviously you're joining us here. Brad Hughes is joining us Friday. We're going to be able to really hit all the elements, not only of people that have children in school, but also as educators that continue to focus on communicating to our stakeholders. It'll be really fun.
It's a good week, Rae. It's a good week.
Yeah. In addition to that, obviously, you'll need to mark your calendars for our lives that we have next week with Alexa Shepherd on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And Tuesday next week, we have Jed joining us on the Daily Drop-In. So you can continue to learn about our featured speakers for the Teach Better conferences. We also have our brain break that always happens every single Wednesday we'll be live for. That's no surprise. And they'll just continue to be more surprises. I cannot wait for Mastermind is changing tomorrow. We have a new time for Admin Mastermind.
Yes, 8 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. If you're coming to Mastermind, it's an hour earlier than we used to do in the
It's
morning.
literally right after Daily Drop-In.
Yeah, you can
tomorrow.
jump over to Zoom.
Yeah, it'll be great. If you guys haven't registered for that, by the way, it's a free leadership mastermind. So if you're a leader, that might be a good spot for you. We just talk shop. So if you ever need something or trying to find a resource you can't, locate, I love this new time. We have a new facilitator starting with us, and it'll be bright and early tomorrow morning after Daily Drop-In. That will be a good conversation as well.
Rae, we have another live coming up later this month.
Later this month, we have another live.
That's on a Saturday.
I've heard of it. I think the agenda's coming out next week.
The agenda's coming out next week. So 12-hour lives on the 26th, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern time. And the agenda comes out next week.
Yes.
Like
Can I tell you, Jeff, I got a ping, I think it was last night, from Katie Miglin. That
I know her.
We need to talk about this on Thursday because
about the number of prizes, the giveaways that we have?
Yes.
Yeah, she was pinging me last night too.
Did you see how many giveaways? Like, I actually don't think we will be able to give that much away in 12 hours. And I'm not saying that to be like, ooh, come hang out with 12 hour. Like, internally, I'm a little concerned. Are we going to do all of those?
Yeah.
No,
it's like,
there's no way.
We're like just shy of triple digits.
There's no way that we can give away almost 100 giveaways in 12 hours. There's no way we can do that.
Thousands of dollars worth. Yes.
But honestly, we should do half and save half for.
No, we're gonna give them all away. Katie's figuring out how we can do it.
Mathematically,
you just tune in on the 26th to make sure you get a chance to win. There's a whole lot, so you have a really good chance of winning something.
Wait. Okay, so I understand that we need to talk about this later, but we're live for 12 hours, free professional development, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn. And you in those 12 hours, we have themed segments and guests that we'll be announcing next week, which is separate from the Teach Better conference.
Yes.
And we have almost 100 giveaways that we're giving out.
Yes. Correct. Correct. Everywhere up to,
How are we giving away 100 items in 12 hours? There's no way. We have to actually talk about stuff too. We can't just be live the whole time being like, and the next prize isn't like an auction.
So listen, that's a great question. My answer to your question is Katie Miglin. Katie will tell us how to do that. You know how we're doing. We've got a couple different ways that you're going to be able to win, which is going to allow us to give away a whole bunch of stuff, and it's going to be fantastic. But you got to tune in to win. You don't have to be with us all day, although we want you to be. But tune in. You'll figure out how to win. We got a lot of stuff to give away. With that many prizes, you got a really good chance of. That's my thing. You got a really good chance of winning something. We got books and
codes,
swag, and a bunch of different swag and codes to get discounts on things, or free trials, or free software, or whatever else. We got a lot of stuff, and a lot from a lot of people and places, which is super cool.
February 26th. It's going to be a big deal. I'm excited.
More. We're going to get 3,000 pieces of stuff.
I will say it starts at 8 a.m. Eastern and ends at 8 p.m. Eastern. The agenda will be out next week, so you'll be able to look at the hour segments and the half an hour segments and make sure you tune in for not only the big discussions we're going to have, but also the guests that are going to be joining us. And apparently a cajillion giveaways. I don't know.
It was fun because she was like, I think she told me, she's like, we have 50 giveaways. And literally she's like, oh, I lied. We have, I don't know, 60 something. And I woke up this morning, there was another ping to me that said, I was still lying. And she said, we have it's a lot. I can't remember what the actual number is. Hey, there's Katie now.
Oh, Katie in the comments. Hey, Katie Miglin, thanks for figuring out how we're somehow giving away almost 100 giveaways in 12 hours. It does not make sense. I need to see a playbook. I'm just saying.
She's got a room that she cleared out one of the rooms in their house, and she has like 35 monitors. She's got drones, and she's gonna be driving these drones, kind of like the Amazon drones, but we'll call them Katie drones. And she's gonna be flying them to people all over the country, all over the world, dropping these prizes off. Like, that's how we're gonna do it.
This is the coolest thing ever. I can't wait for her to figure this all out on her own so I can sit back and watch.
She's gonna do it all with a VR headset. Actually, no, I lied. Not monitors. She's just gonna be. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great. Friends, we released a lot in this episode. So if you are just tuning in right now, we appreciate that you're here. We want to wish you an incredible, incredible Monday morning, January 31st. And we also hope that you go back and listen to some other shenanigans we've been able to share so that you can check out all the excitement for not only the Teach Better Conference, but for a lot of exciting things that we have coming your way to keep this year going wonderfully. So Jeff, thanks for joining me live, and thanks for being a Rams fan.
Go Rams.
Go Rams. All right, friends, please enjoy your last few sips of coffee. Jeff, I do feel like today is one of those days that we need the Teach Better classic sign off right before the commercial. So we're ready for it. We're going to take a deep breath in. This is really going to get us ready to end January strong.
It's Monday. It's the end of January. We announced speakers today. So let's get out there and let's teach better.